like I'm sick. Hello? Hey, what's up you guys? It's Carmen. I'm back with another video for you guys. And this time I look way less ratchet. Sorry you guys had to watch me in that vlog. I was like really going through it, watching Waffles get her teeth extracted. Not fun. So I'm back with something way more upbeat, and this time, spring is in the air. I'm ready to talk to you guys about spring training. I have gone to spring training, I think like basically every year for the last 8 years. So I have some tips and tricks up my sleeve. For those of you who are going to Arizona for spring training, I'm gonna tell you kind of the best practices, what you guys need to eat, etc, etc. So if you guys are going to spring training, make sure you keep on watching. And hey, before we dive into it, always constant reminder to subscribe down below if you guys want to join the fam. Would love to have you guys here. It helps me out a lot if you guys are enjoying the content. And that thumbs up sign is also really, really helpful to me. So if you do like this video, please give it a thumbs up, subscribe, and without further ado, let's talk about spring training. Okay, so the most important thing to me about spring training is food. So you wouldn't think that Scottsdale or Phoenix has good food, but like surprisingly it does. I've lived in like New York, Seattle, London, San Francisco, and Scottsdale has some really, really good food options. So first thing I need to tell you guys to do is, without fail, you need to go to US Egg. That's right, it's like USA, but instead of A, egg. And if you didn't know what that was, let me tell you, it's a breakfast spot. Basically, you could walk to it from the Giant Stadium. So it's super close if you're going there before a game. And it has the best brunch breakfast situation ever. It is so good. It's my favorite spot. I go there 2 or 3 times every time I go to Arizona, and I love it so much. First of all, if there's a wait, don't worry about it. Like, it goes so fast. They usually have free coffee for you while you wait. Like, service, service, service. I love that. They're super friendly. They're fast. They have this thing called a protein pancake, okay? And she's really good. She's tasty. It's basically like a pancake that's a little bit thinner, and it has oatmeal and I think slivered almonds and cinnamon and blueberries. Oh my God. And just because they call it protein, I don't think by any means it's healthy. It's delicious though. And you can also get this combo platter that's like half of a skillet, which is like, you know, peppers and sausage and a little skillet, or whatever flavor you want of that, with a protein pancake. So like, hell yeah, that's like my dream. And I love when you order drinks there, they bring you a whole pitcher of what you ordered. It's like, you want water? Whole pitcher. You want a Diet Coke? Whole pitcher. Coffee? The whole pitcher. You don't have to wait to get your drink refilled like some sort of chump. So US Egg, #1, numero uno, top recommendation. Now, another place that I think you guys should go, Don and Charlie's, and I think that place is closing in April, so this is your last chance to get in. And Don and Charlie's is basically like old school dining. It's got steaks, it's got everything you would imagine like, you know, the Sopranos would eat. And it's super old school. I wouldn't say the food is like, the food is good, but it's not like phenomenal, but the atmosphere there is amazing. Basically everybody goes there, players, coaches, tourists, whoever, locals, everybody goes there. You have to try it. If you haven't been to Don Charlie's, it's in Scottsdale. Definitely give it a go. And I usually get the baked potato, and it's like a potato this big, and it's like delicious. And you will be in a carb coma, but whatever. Another place that you guys need to try in terms of food is this place called The Mission, and it's also in Old Town Scottsdale. It's so good. It's so good. It's like Mexican food, and they have an indoor-outdoor eating situation. You can make reservations on Open Table. Great, great, great Mexican food, great margs, like super great atmosphere for a nice dinner. Last time I went, I believe Tony Romo and all of his buddies were eating there, so a lot of people go there because the food is really good and the service is good. So definitely check that out if you're in the area as well. All right, let me move on to a different hot tip, and that is car rental. So, car rentals. I would say you definitely need a car when you're there. It's kind of like Phoenix area, Scottsdale, it's kind of all spread out, and I guess you could take lifts or the golf carts that go around, but I prefer just to have a car because there's things to do, but it's all kind of all over the place. So I would prefer to rent a car. That's definitely a tip from me. Also, like, I learned this the hard way, but if you're looking at car rentals and you see like a pretty cheap car rental, I probably would just pay a couple extra dollars for like the Hertz or whatever is a little bit more expensive, because every time I pick the cheapest car rental, when I get to like the car rental counter at the airport, it is literally bananas. Like the longest line you've ever seen. And I've literally been in the car rental line for like an hour and a half before for choosing like thrifty or the cheapest option. Also, I wanted to say, if you are thinking about getting like a compact or a basic car, whatever they call it, I would consider maybe upgrading yourself to like an intermediate at least, because the third suggestion I wanted to talk to you guys about is, I think you guys should go to Sedona. So if you guys are going to spring training, definitely check out games. That stuff is all great. Baseball, food, like can't go wrong. But Sedona is just a couple hours away, maybe like an hour, 2 hours, and you drive to Sedona and it is stunning. Basically the sand is completely red, there's tons of different viewpoints, and it just looks pristine to me. Like when you're driving out there, all of a sudden things just start looking so beautiful and wonderful, and you won't believe like how stunning it is or that it exists in the world. So I highly recommend that you go to Sedona. If you're in Arizona anyways, it's not far from Scottsdale, and again, get like a better car, because when we were gonna go, he was like, hey, you're not going to Sedona, are you the car rental guy? And we were like, yeah, how'd you know? And he's like, well, we just asked because people who rent basic cars or economy cars or whatever, like they have a lot of problems because, you know, obviously there's inclines and things like that. So he highly recommended we upgrade our car, and we did, and like he was totally right. We would have been in a bad place if we didn't have kind of four-wheel drive going on. So definitely do that. Reserve a day, go to Sedona, you won't regret it. Okay, I'm also gonna talk to you guys about getting autographs, because I've definitely done it in the past, and I think it's pretty easy in spring training. You want Buster Posey's autograph? It's actually pretty simple. These guys do sign a lot more, you know, they have a much more lax schedule, so you could definitely try your luck. It's way easier than when you go to AT&T Park. So if you are gonna go, I would suggest getting there a couple hours before the game. I believe it opens 2 hours before the gates open. Just go hang out by the dugout. You know, you can get right up to the kind of field, and obviously there's a little partition separating everything, but you can get right up there. A lot of the guys will just come talk to you. They'll sign stuff. They've got more time than they normally do before they have to prep for a game. Also, a good place to hang is right by the main entrance of the Scottsdale Stadium. The players lot is right there, and you'll see a little like guard railing there. And a lot of people wait there to get autographs as well, because the players kind of leave throughout the game. So if you're at the game and you just want to pop outside to get an autograph, sometimes the starters will leave as soon as they're done. So they'll shower and then they'll leave, and typically you can get some good autographs there. So that's one thing to do as well if you're into that kind of thing. Finally, the last thing I would suggest is, if you are checking out just one team, I would suggest going to check out that team at an away stadium or their split squad, or even going to watch a game that, you know, maybe you're not a Cubs fan, but you want to go check out the Cubs stadium, because I think all the stadiums there are really cool. You definitely get a different flavor everywhere you go. Games are really cheap, and I think it's a great opportunity to see some really, really top prospects that you don't normally see playing the games or that haven't become big time yet. So I really love going. I prefer to go earlier in spring training because I feel like it's way more chill. Like once you hit St. Patrick's Day, like it gets crazy. So I really like to go early on in spring and then go to different stadiums, check out different franchises. It's super fun. Like I just love it so much. And like just watching a team that you wouldn't normally see or pay to see. You could get tickets for 10 bucks. Check it out, super casual. And yeah, that's definitely one of the perks of being in the Phoenix area is all the teams are within like a 20-30 minute drive. Surprise is kind of further, but hey, like it's really not that far. Maybe it's like 45 minutes to an hour. Totally worth it. Check it out. And yeah, those are kind of my top spring training tips. Hopefully they were helpful. If you guys have any questions, if you need any advice, happy to answer them in the comments down below. Just leave me any questions and I'm happy to answer them. Shoot me a note. And if you guys enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up. Tell me if you guys are going to spring training down below. I'll be there from February 28th to the 5th of March. So definitely if you're there, let me know. Happy to have a little meetup. And other than that, that's all I got for you guys. So thank you so much for checking out my video and I will see you guys next time. Bye.